How's it going, guys? Winner Kills here, and welcome to a brand new post-commentary feature match from Locals. That's right. This past Saturday, I did manage to go to Locals for the first time since November. I did mention that Locals feature matches are going to come back in the last duel video I uploaded. I don't know how long this will last for. Locals could get shut down in a month. I don't know. We're just enjoying it while it lasts. I don't want to promise anything, but they're back for the time being. And right here in round one, as you can probably tell, we have Heroes versus Prank Kids. Both pretty decent strategies. I would say Prank Kids is probably a little bit better. And a very underrated deck at the moment, I would say. Very, very strong strategy, very consistent. It's new Link, Meow Mew. Not so new now, but the newest Link to the archetype is very, very powerful. And it looks like our hero player did not open up too well. Ash on the Stratos seemed to hurt a little bit too much, but he does have an anti-spell fragrance to attempt to slow our Prank Kids player down, and that is going to prove to be pretty effective here. Be able to turn off things like Pandemonium and the Prank Kids Place, as well as Prank Kids Prank. Or the continuous spell. I forget what the name of the continuous spell is. I might be getting it confused with the trap. I think that's Prank Kids Plan is the trap. So I think Prank Kids Prank is the continuous. But as you can see, there's a good chunk of spells that anti-spell is going to be able to turn off right now. Even just sometimes basic polymerization, because I know that that can play polymerization. Just because, you know, being able to get your fusions in play and triggering your Prank Kids effects in Grave are very, very important to the deck's strategy. So, looks like he's got Cock-a-doodle-doo. I believe that's that one. And he's going to use this effect to tag out to add back 2 from the grave. Pandemonium, it looks like, to be among one of them, or Prank Kids Prank. And be able to recur those cards back to his hand. Unfortunately, they're not going to help him do too much right now, of course, because he is under anti-spell fragrance. So he's just going to have to leave what I think is Lampsey's on the board at this point in time and set 4 and end his turn there. Anti-spell doing an okay job at slowing down his turn, and our hero player is going to have another turn here to try to crack this board and try to put up the OTK that we know it is capable of doing. Ferris is going to start things off by pitching Mally. Very, very solid way to start things, and that's going to go ahead and grab Ferris. Or Increase, rather, my bad, not Ferris. But now Increase sending off Ferris to summon itself to the board. Attempting now Increase's effect to probably go ahead and grab Vion if all goes through. And we'll see if this goes through. It does not. Ash Blossom is not a spell, luckily, so we'll be able to fire that off. No problem. 2 Ashes back to back. 1 on Increase, 1 on Stratos. Doing a great job staying in this game, even under anti-spell fragrance. And there is the Cross Crusader, which can revive, I believe, a Destiny hero from the grave. Or, yeah, and it looks like he's going to target Mally. And that'd be a very, very good target to be able to revive at this current time. And, of course, we know Mally being a very good graveyard extender. And he's going to notice that. Going to see that potential play line coming. He's going to use Infinite Impermanence, a card we don't really see too much of in this format. But it is coming in extremely clutch here. Because it is also turning off anti-spell fragrance. Opponent a little confused there. He flips up Pandemonium. And he's like, you know, I've got anti-spell up. What's going on here? Well, you got to read the fine text on Impermanence. It does negate any spell or trap that is in the same column that it was activated in while it was set. So it will turn off that anti-spell for the time being, allowing him to fire off a Pandemonium to get the deck's, I think, best boss monster in play, Battle Butler, and is also going to trigger that of blue and red. Red to burn his opponent for 1,000 to summon a Prank Kid, blue to gain 1,000 for himself to summon one, and it looks like he's also using green, which I think sends one to special one from deck. And then it looks like he's summoning yellow or Roxy's, and green, and I think another copy of blue. And it looks like he'll be sending Prank Kids Plan to the graveyard, which is a pretty solid trap. Does a lot of attack manipulation. Can be very, very clutch in damage calc to run over very huge monsters or to stop big monsters like Borrelsword and Access Code Talker and the like. But it looks like at the start of our Prank Kids player's turn here, looking at I think what is a set Thunder Dragon Fusion, contemplating possibly using that, but is just going to commit the normal summon to the Lampsies, or red, whatever you want to call it. I don't know if people call Roxy's yellow, because I know some people call them strictly by color. Red, blue, green, and I would assume yellow for Roxy's. And then looks like we're going to see another Meow Mew. He'll burn for another 500 off that Lampsies and get to summon one from the deck. I mean, some of these Prank Kids have, just the effects they have are just insane. Gain 1,000 life points to summon another extender from deck. Burn your opponent for 500 to summon extender from deck. Or banish a card from your hand to draw a card to summon one from deck. Or Foolish Burial to summon one from deck. Some very, very strong effects. And the crazy thing is now, with the Link 1 being in the game, pretty much any Prank Kid turns into a starter card, which is absolutely phenomenal for consistency. Which it helps this deck out greatly, because Battle Butler is a very powerful card. Not just a Raigeki during the opponent's now, but with Meow Mew, a double Raigeki. The deck also has access to in-engine Harpy's Feather Duster in the form of their Link 4. Absolutely insane. So he'll add Pandemonium to his hand. It looks like he dumped Place to the graveyard off of green, if I'm not mistaken. And really not a whole lot to try and play through right now. The anti-spell might as well just not even be there right now, because all of his cards have been set for the required amount of time that they need to be. And the anti-spell practically doing nothing at this point, only stopping new spells that he's adding to his hand. And there is the Link 4 that is going to act as a Harpy's Feather Duster. And it'll go ahead and proc the effect of blue to gain another 1,000. Now creating a 3,000 life point difference here. It's going to tribute itself off and blow up all of his back row. I think there was a set Miracle Fusion there, if I'm not mistaken. And clearing that pesky anti-spell fragrance for future turns. So now at this point has absolutely free reign to do whatever it is he wants. Only has to worry about a Cross Crusader and only one card in hand at this point for him. So we'll see what he's going to go ahead and do now. Looks like a Link 2. Going to go for Link 2 for Bow Wow. And then we're going to see Thunder Dragon Fusion, putting back one of the Prank Kids, which is a Thunder, luckily enough. Fits very, very well in this deck to go for another Battle Butler and attacking in at 3k. Well, using the board wipe effect first and then just swinging in, because he does have the Meow Mew engraved. So that is going to do it for Game 1. Before we head into Game 2, here are a few ways that you guys can support the channel. If you're looking for any TCG accessories, check out Imperium Duelist at the link below. They offer a wide variety of products such as sleeves, deck boxes, dice, binders, apparel, and playmats, including my very own playmat, Blazing Permafrost, which is on sale now. You can get all of these amazing products for 10% off using my discount code WinnerKills10off at checkout, and support the channel in the process. And of course, if you guys are buying anything on TCG Player or DrawPhase.com, please do not forget to use the affiliate links I have to their sites down in the description below. Anytime you guys shop and check out using those links, a small bit of the revenue from your purchase will go right back into the channel and helps out greatly. And if you want to see early videos, exclusive member-only content in the forms of videos or community posts, etc., consider becoming a member of the channel today. Link in the description as well. So heroes starting first here, as you might expect. The deck can put up some pretty solid turn 1 boards, and it seems like he's maining some floodgates in his build, as we saw Game 1 with that anti-spell. We know Dark Law is a card, and speaking of Dark Law, we're actually going to see Mask Change the second to be able to access Dark Law here, which is rather strange. You really don't see pure hero decks using Mask Change 2, more so other strategies that want to incorporate hero cards, for example, like Burning Abyss, playing Mask Change 2 to go to Dark Law. Some other decks probably doing it in the past as well. But using it here to come in clutch to send off that Shadow Mist at the start of his turn. Probably could have waited a little bit, to go into that Dark Law, but to each their own, I suppose. I think it's definitely the smarter play to wait, of course, but not everybody may be aware of that, so it's going to look like he is going to start with the Prank Kids Place to add blue or drop C's to the hand. And of course, with doing so, will activate Big Daddy Darklaw. And roll the dice here to see what he's going to hit out of his hand. And it's going to be Dropsies, the card he just searched. Unless he had multiple in his hand, he was just using that as bait. Now, of course, that is not the worst part about Darklaw, as we know. You know, Macro, Cosmos, and D-Fissure are both at 1. Darklaw gets to be at 3. You gotta love to see it. Yeah, so any card that he sends to the graveyard is going to be banished, which is going to hurt way more than that hand rip right there. As you guys saw in the last game, how much the deck relies on the graveyard. I know his pain. My friend Alex there playing on the left. He does have a YouTube channel of his own. It's called Valarge TCG. If I remember, I'll put a link to his channel in the description. Show him some love. He does make some pretty good videos, and he's also pretty new, so definitely go check him out. I'm sure he would appreciate you guys going over there and, again, showing some love. So, either way, our hero player continuing to capitalize on that really powerful fusion that is Darklaw, and going to just continue after his opponent is literally not able to continue. Did not see an out. Probably no Dark Ruler, probably no droplets. We know he's playing Imperm. Imperm would have saved the day, and I guarantee, obviously, if he would have had the Imperm, he would have not have waited, you know, to play Place, because he wanted to just start his turn with that immediately, 0 questions asked. That Destiny Hero D-Draw, I think is the name, is going to actually allow both players to draw a card when revived by that of Cross Crusader, and that's actually going to proc Darklaw again, so our hero player taking good advantage of that Darklaw effect here one more time to hit a 1-for-1 out of his hand, and he's going to also be able to now activate Destiny Fusion, sending Shadow Mist and a copy of Malicious to the graveyard. And there's Destiny or Dystopia, and it looks like at this point, game is rapidly approaching here. It looks like he is going to resolve Shadow Mist. He has a Mali Engrave as well. And the other one, I forget, the one that allows you to banish a draw. It's not... Oh, it's Celestial. That's what his name is. My bad. I don't remember all the hero names the best sometimes, but I believe that was Celestial Engrave. So he definitely did have more options in the grave. But that's going to be a very quick game, too. Darklaw proving to be very, very effective against that of Prank Kids. And, of course, he's definitely going to want to go first here in Game 3, starting with Place. Looks to grab that of Dropsies, linking Dropsies for Meow Mew. Starting off with that nice 1,000 boost. And you're going to get to summon one from the deck, of course. We'll see which one he is going to go for. I believe that was green. Could be wrong. I know there's a bit of a glare there. Our feature match table has slightly migrated a bit in the room. So there is a little bit of a glare where there really wasn't before where the table used to be. But I got to admit, the table that we film these at is in a much better spot now. Much better space between where the player on the left would sit and the wall behind them. So I got to say it's an okay trade-off. Might be able to fix it with some better angling of my camera in the future. But for now, I do apologize about the glare there on the top end of the mat. It looks like he's going to use Cockadoodle-Doo to go ahead and recycle 2 back to the hand. And I believe he just has Lampsies on the field. I could be wrong. Let's see what else he has got in store. I know Prank Kids really don't end on too crazy a field. It's more so what they're able to do on your turn. I think maybe Totally Awesome with a Battle Butler maybe already made, or they don't usually make Battle Butler turn 1. That's something more so that they're going to spring on you. But it looks like we're just going to see one Prank Kid in set 4 and pass. And we'll see if this is going to be able to get the job done here. Already up 1,000 life points. There's Elemental Hero, or not Elemental Hero, but Emergency Call. That is basically Rhoda for any hero monster. And we'll see which one he's going to grab. Looks like it's going to be Solid Soldier, which is basically just like Altair, I believe, for hero monsters. I think when it is normal or special summoned, correct me if I'm wrong, but normal or special summon, it can summon another hero from the hand. It looks like on resolution of E-Call, we're going to see a Pointer of the Red Lotus, and pay 2,000 to reveal your hand to take a look at your opponent's hand and banish 1 card until their next end phase. Now, our Prank Kids player here forgot the other part of the cost of a Pointer, which I think a lot of people tend to forget, which is you have to reveal your hand as well. Making it a little bit more, in quotes, fair. Looked like he kind of wanted to go for Solid Soldier, but realizing that hitting Dark Ruler no more is probably the thing to go with, he is going to do that instead. Want to make sure that Battle Butler goes uninterrupted, and with the hand knowledge that he has now, very likely that it is going to do so. Solid Soldier is met with an Impermanence, but he does have that clutch extender of Ferris, and we'll see what happens here. Ferris is going to equip Increase as per usual, and on the resolution of that, we're going to see Pandemonium as you might have expected. Meow Mew Engrave, but I think Meow Mew only works during the player, like your turn as the Pranked player. I don't think it allows you to get that extra Raigeki during your opponent's turn. I could be mistaken, but I know there is some clause behind it. You can only use it during your turn or only during your opponent's turn. But Place, I think, is going to boost it up by 500, I believe. When you perform a fusion summon, I think you can boost all fusions you control by 500 attack and defense. I believe that is the effect. And now, of course, going to resolve all those Pranked's effects in Grave, including burning his opponent for 500. Now, already having played through an Imperm, now has to play through a Raigeki, and also trying to clear. So yeah, looks like he is going to banish Meow Mew from Grave. Looks like it is just strictly during the opponent's turn. And that is one Raigeki. And will he be able to play through another? Board wipes tend to be very, very good against heroes. I know the deck is capable, more than capable of playing through interruptions. I've experienced it in the past. I've known heroes players to play through multiple interruptions, but wipes at certain point tend to be very, very potent. Resolving Roxy's here, banishing one to draw. Looks like banishing a Place to summon out a Lampsies from the deck to be able to apply a little more pressure next turn, or well, on his turn here. If he wants to burn for some more damage, it's exactly what he's going to be able to do, as he Ixie summons for Totally Awesome using 2 Dropsies. They both happen to be level 2 Aquas. Going for Cock-a-doodle-doo, adding another copy of Pandemonium, and summoning out Fansies, or Green, off of the Lampsies, and linking both of those, or Fusion rather, into Rocket Ride. And looking to activate some effects in the graveyard here. You're going to get another boost from the field spell since a fusion summon was performed, and it looks like our hero player is just going to scoop it up right there, and rightfully so. Game was coming, and it was coming swift. Prankeds able to close out the game very fast there. So, yeah, I mean, kind of what I was expecting. I think kind of what you guys might have been expecting. Although, I feel like Hero, as we saw in Game 2, has a very, very strong matchup against this deck. The Anti-Spell wasn't quite enough Game 1, but Dark Law proved more than enough Game 2, as you can see how oppressive that card really is. I fear the day that card is being able to be tutored out consistently turn 1, because that is just a very strong card. Obviously, some decks will fare better, but Prankeds, man, no graveyard access, that hurts so bad. But able to pull it off there in Game 3. So yeah, round 1 feature match for you guys. Prankeds taking it 2-1. Hope you enjoyed. Be on the lookout for round 2, which I will not spoil the matchup, but that should be going up very, very soon. So leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't already so we can get to 20,000 subscribers. Again, don't forget to check out the description and the ways you can support the channel. Thank you guys for watching. As always, Winter Kills signing out. We'll see you guys in the next one. And last but not least, a huge shout out goes to our Divine level channel members here on YouTube, and they are Zors, Cadillacs84, and Remtrox H. Thank you guys so much for your very generous and continued support of the channel.